Joe Kleen, Southern Hospitality, February 13th, 1990, 111. Despite the withering look from her husband, Misty continued in her tale. So we all know that Joe talks in his sleep, right? She asked. For sure, Justin exclaimed. Shared a room with him for 20 years. I swear one night he was reciting some formula that may have been a cure for cancer or something. Or maybe how to calculate the speed of a European swallow, Phil says in a faux British accent. Yeah, I've heard him. I guess, Kelsey says. Justin says he does, and I may have heard him. Oh, he does, Misty exclaims with a nod. Frequently, but like Phil's friend, sometimes he goes beyond talking and walking to kneeling on a night table in the master bedroom on the second floor of a house, trying to open the window in order to jump out. Thank goodness it was cold enough outside that the windows were closed. Otherwise, we might have had scrambled Joe. I'm not sure we don't, Phil replies, twisting his hands palm upward from the wrist, but good nonetheless. Well, this mountain bike race Joe was talking about earlier, the Georgia Off-Road Championship, the night before I wake up to find Joe kneeling on our night table trying to get out the window because he's convinced that Ricky Madrid is running guns and we have to escape. The Ricky that you work with? Justin asked. Yes, Joe sighs. Ricky, you suck Madrid. Huh? Courtney grunts. You suck. What's that mean? Oh, Joe laughs. Just this ridiculous thing Ricky used to do. He'd call your name like, hey, Courtney, and when you'd say, what? He'd reply with, you suck. I finally got him to stop by saying, yes, Ricky, when he'd go, hey, Joe, because otherwise he'd be saying, Ricky sucks. Really, Courtney says, and how old is this man? Roughly our age, Misty says, or at least Joe's. Late 20s, going on 12. Joe barks. Hey, he was the one doing it. Yeah, Phil says. Back to the sleep diving out of the windows. Well, window. Just one, Misty says. And I stopped him before he made like a swan. With a swan song? Kelsey asked. That too, Misty says, nodding. Anyway, Ricky's spending the night because he's going to drive up with us to mow for the race early the next morning, which is way up north in LJ, and it's just stupid to take two cars. Isn't he the guy who lives in Cumming? Justin asks. Yep, Joe replies with a nod, adding, Oprah! In a screeching voice. Oprah! Justin screeches back. Focus, Courtney says, shaking her head. Misty, you have the floor. Which is where I finally got Joe to climb down to. He was convinced that Ricky was running guns and that banditos were at our door, ready to seize the cash. Weren't you, honey? Honey, Joe asked in mock ire, don't try to sweet talk me. Yeah, so I got a vivid imagination. So sue me. How about if we feed you instead, Kelsey asked. And elle approaches with diner, she says in a faux French accent.